Defended Roger Clemens during that whole steroid
That's
dust-up.
right.
Harris, thanks very much.
Sure.
We told you earlier before the break about that breaking news outside the Anthony household. Cindy Anthony speaking to reporters. We think, let me know, producers, if we have that tape. Remember, very, very key things happening today in the Caylee Anthony case. The detective showed up for the second time in 2 days, and the lead investigator went in and spoke to the Anthonys personally.
And it's interesting because Cindy invited them into her home. So now this is the 5th time that they've actually gone to the house and they've collected all this evidence. And so now we're hoping to hear from Cindy Anthony. Let's listen right now, this interview taking place moments ago.
Cindy, can you tell us how the meeting went? It went well. Thank you. Thank you. Did you have a nice visit?
Ladies, how's it going there? Spirits high?
Omar.
Excuse me.
I called them today.
Don't move.
Can you tell us anything that you discussed?
Nope.
Anything helpful in finding Kate?
So,
What would that be? Anything that the public should know?
nope, nothing else is needed.
You're smiling for the first time in a few days, Cindy. Can you tell me why?
I just think it's funny. You guys all standing here on top of each other.
I think everybody's
Well,
interested.
you seem pretty frustrated. It seemed you weren't getting the communication that you wanted with investigators. You've been flooded with visitors today. Any idea why all of a sudden they're here so much today?
Because I called them.
Is this encouraging?
Yeah.
Why did you call them? Why did you feel the need to do that today, Cindy?
It was follow-up from yesterday. So we're trying to, all work together as a team, and I think we're doing a good job of it.
Why do you think they got a search warrant yesterday? Were they just not able to contact you? Is that what happened?
No, we already discussed that on Monday that was going to happen.
What'd they take?
Stuff that we had been talking about for weeks. So we came together and then we got some stuff that we needed to have looked at, and we're all satisfied
Could you
with that.
specify?
Nope, can't. Part of the
can I ask-
investigation.
Any other? Do you plan on?
Exonerates Casey? Is it something that it would exonerate Casey's involvement in the
I
disappearance?
can't explain any of that stuff. Okay, it's all part of the investigation.
Do you have any plans to go meet with Casey again?
Oh, probably at some point. Our visitations for this week are used up, so we'll just have to see how Saturday plays out after Kaylee's birthday, and if we get Caylee back or not for her birthday. So,
Do you know if she's going to be talking to investigators any?
if Kaylee's home, we'll have a celebration. If she's not home, it's just going to be George and me and myself, family, private. No other friends, no other family. It's just be the three of us.
Cindy, you said yesterday that you're
she's
trying to be
coming
careful.
home. I mean, what's...
No. I mean, there's nothing new that makes me believe she's coming home today or tomorrow, but, I just have a good feeling that she's going to be home.
How are
Cindy,
you guys
yesterday you
getting
said you
things
wanted
back
to be...
on track with investigators?
If you've never been inside a media scrum, that's kind of what it's like there. It was kind of hard to hear because the dog was barking. You heard her talking about the fact that Kaylee's birthday is this weekend and that she's not going to go see Casey until after Kaylee's third birthday, which I believe is on Saturday. And really, and so just to give you the inside baseball there, we played that videotape out of our satellite truck, which is down in Orlando. We can't simultaneously take Phil Keating and the videotape at the same time, so we played the videotape first, and now I believe
it's time to go to Phil Keating to try to maybe tell us more as to exactly what it was that she was saying at the beginning, because with all the dogs barking and the reporters throwing out questions, what came of that interview?
Yeah, Cindy and George Anthony have two little Yorkies that are adorable, but clearly when camera mics are far away, they were certainly causing a little bit of a ruckus. Simply, she opened the door, cracked it to say she wasn't really going to talk now that all of the missing persons investigators had left, that the commander of the Sex Crimes and Missing Persons Division had left. Cindy Anthony, now home alone, cracked the door to say she wasn't going to say anything, and then, of course, the whole media horde ran over, and then, of course, we tried to provoke anything we could out of her. What I personally was asking her was regarding the 6 or 7 brown bags full of evidence that were taken yesterday. That was a search warrant executed yesterday. We asked her if they needed that search warrant because they couldn't get a hold of the Anthonys, or whether the Anthonys were unwilling to have them come back over. She said, no, that was not the case. They were just going through normal legal procedures. They knew they were coming. It wasn't unexpected for them. She would not specify what was taken out of the house. Specifically, I said, could you tell us what they took? She said, look, these were things we've been thinking about and discussing with detectives over the past several days and weeks, and finally they came over and took those items. Specifically what those are, I couldn't tell you, sadly enough.
Yeah, Phil, we're up against a hard break. About 15 seconds left with you. I want to get to kind of go into more on the other side of a break here, but quickly, if you can, do we know why in 10 seconds that the investigators came back for day 2?
Primarily, they came back today to establish good relations, to make sure everyone is cool, everyone's on the same page, everyone working together, no hostility. And the purpose here is to find Caylee and find out what exactly happened.
Yeah, Phil, stand by if you would. More on the Caylee Anthony scrum that you just saw with Cindy Anthony and what she said on the other side of a break. Again, they are diving tomorrow in lakes near the Anthony household. They say it's not to do with this case. We'll have more on that next.